Hey guys, I hope you are doing well. I just wanted to give you a little video to walk you through the hidden and the split infinitives. I hope you watch this because it can be really confusing. So remember when I said that sometimes the infinitives, most of the time they have a to in front of them, but sometimes they don't. So we're going to look at that today, and we're also going to look at a grammatically incorrect infinitive, which is really easy to do because to the natural ear, it sounds better to split the infinitive, but it really doesn't make sense if you actually look at the sentence structure. So we're going to look at that. So I'm going to flip my screen around. We're going to go to the PowerPoint, and I'm going to walk you through the PowerPoint. So 511, we're jumping ahead because there's a lot of infinitive stuff that's like very like detailed kind of stuff, like using it as an adjective, using it as an adverb, and the difference between that, which you guys did pretty okay with adjectives and adverbs. So I think you'll be okay skipping over that part. And I know Miss Jordan next year will be sure to cover that with you also because she's going to do infinitives next year also. Okay, so let's talk about hidden infinitives. These are a little bit harder to find because with hidden infinitives, you don't have the to in front of it to make it easy to identify. So if there's no to, what we call these are hidden infinitives. Now you've got to remember when you're trying to find these that these are going to be verbs that act as nouns, adjectives, or adverbs. This is going to make you find hidden infinitives a little bit easier, okay? So then we have split infinitives. And what a split infinitive is when the adverb is put between the to and the infinitive verb. And that's why it's called split, because you're splitting the to and the verb. So these should be avoided when writing. They're not grammatically correct. So we're going to actually show you how to correct them, and you're going to do it on your own during the practice. So the way that you correct these is actually really simple. You just move the adverb to another place in the sentence, okay? And we'll walk through a couple of them. They're pretty easy. So let's look at examples of the hidden infinitives. These are the infinitives that don't have a to. Think hidden, no to, right? There's something that's hidden. So the boy watched the boat sink slowly into the lake. Now, the main verb is watched. It's what the subject, the boy, is doing. So that's not the infinitive. So you've got to find the other verb, and it will typically be the second verb. So we go to sink. Now, the reason that this is hidden is because if I were to say the boy watched the boat to sink slowly into the lake, that makes no sense. But sink is still an infinitive because it is acting as a noun, an adjective, an adverb, right? It's acting as one of those things that an infinitive pretends to be. Let's look at the second one. The lost boy dared hope that the rescue group would find him. Again, notice it's the second verb here. The lost boy dared. Dared is the main verb. It can't be the infinitive if it's the main verb. Hope is the infinitive. Okay? Hope is the infinitive. It's hidden because there's no to. It would sound silly if we said the lost boy dared to hope that the rescue group would find him, right? We're not Shakespeare. We're not going to throw in extra words. So the lost boy dared hope, right? Hope, the second verb, the hidden infinitive. The teacher helped us learn math. Take a second, try and figure out which one it is. Okay, helped is my main verb, right? That's what the teacher, the subject, is doing. Learn is my second verb. Okay, so the teacher helped us learn math. So learn is the hidden infinitive. It would make no sense if I said, the teacher helped us to learn math. You can say that, but it's not necessary. So we eliminate, right? We want to be concise writers. So we eliminate any extra words that we don't need. And that's why it's called a hidden infinitive. Okay, and if you saw a trend with the second verb being the infinitive, that's good. Now, this is not always the case, right? Because sentence structure can vary in a ton of different ways. But it's a helpful trick to remember most of the time. Find your main verb and then find any other verbs in the sentence and see if they're acting as a noun, an adjective, or an adverb. If it's one of these, that's going to be the infinitive. Okay, but most infinitives have to in front of it. But not always, right? Grammar always has that, but not always. All right, let's look at split infinitives and how to correct them. If we look at this sentence, we decided to rapidly scoop water from the leaky boat. it sounds fine, right? But it's grammatically not correct, right? And it's one of those things that our ear plays tricks on us, which happens to us a lot, especially today when people speak the way they speak. To correct this, what we do is we move rapidly out of the middle of to and scoop. So the correction would be, we decided to scoop water rapidly from the leaky boat. Sentence has the same exact meaning and it's grammatically correct. Okay, let's look at the second one. Dad tried to clumsily start the car. Okay, to start is my infinitive, but it's been split up with clumsily. Okay, so to correct it, we say, Dad tried to start the car clumsily. We have to move it out of the middle to make it grammatically correct. See, it's pretty simple to help correct these split infinitives. Okay, so that's pretty easy. It's pretty short. You're going to have a practice sheet that you're going to work on, and it's going to have you do both of those things. You're going to have to find the hidden infinitives, and you're going to have to split and correct, or you're going to have to correct, the split infinitives. All right, so that is where that is, and that's what you have to do with that. So I hope you're doing well. You guys, make sure you're submitting through Paladin Portal. If you're having issues submitting through Paladin Portal, please email me at least, or get on the video conference hours from 12:30 to 1. Hardly anybody ever gets on those. So it's usually just me sitting there by myself working on the computer, but I'm there for you. Like there's no other reason for me to create a Google Meet except for to answer your questions. So if you have questions, I am expecting you to get onto Google Meet, emailing me and saying, well, Miss Miller, it didn't work, so that's why I don't have all of my assignments from last weekend. That's not going to work. Like, I'm here for you. So make sure that you are doing what you're supposed to do, because if you're not getting on, you're not emailing me or anything like that, I'm just going to assume that things are going really well and smoothly, and you're just choosing not to do the assignments that are given to you. Okay? So a lot of you, the large majority of you, are doing a great job, and you're getting me your stuff, and you're doing a really good job, and that's awesome. And if you don't need me, I'd love to hear from you, but you don't have to. It's optional. You don't have to get on. So we've only got like 2 weeks left, guys. It's coming up really fast, the end of the year. So please keep doing what you're doing. Make sure you get your stuff into me before the 2 weeks is up. It would be really silly for you to get a bad grade in ELA when you've worked really hard all year to not, and you just didn't turn your stuff in because you were too busy playing video games or doing something like that, or forgetting and just not keeping track. So you guys are all fully capable of doing what you're supposed to do. So we all know that. I miss you. I hope you're doing really well. Teddy is doing much, much, much better. He's feeling very, very good. He has a lot more energy, so much energy, which we're trying to keep him very calm for about at least another week. But I mean, really, he can't like play and run and get his heart rate up really fast for another like 3 weeks. So just keep praying that he stays calm and stays healthy. But he's doing much better, which is really exciting, because we're happy that he's kind of closer to out of the woods, which is really exciting. And he'll be looking for his forever home really shortly, which is awesome because he's been fabulous. He's so easy. He's easier than my Toby. So, yeah, so he's doing really well. I don't know where he is now, but he's somewhere in the house. I think he's taking a nap. He was eating something earlier, a bone, but I think he wore himself out, which is good. He's supposed to be napping, so we'll take it. He's kind of been up all day wanting to go outside and walk around. So yeah, he's doing well. I hope you guys are doing well. I really, really miss you. Ted, come here. Teddy! Here we go. Teddy, come here. Say hi, Dad. Where's Ted? Teddy, come. Can you see him? There he is. Hi, Ted. Hi, Teddy. Yep, so that's Ted. He's still afraid of a lot of things, but he's overcoming his fears. I think he was abused before we got him, so he's afraid of a lot of things, and people are sometimes still scary, not us, but other people. So he'll keep his distance when new stuff kind of is being held at him. But he's doing really good, so that's really exciting. Again, I miss you guys. I hope you're doing really well. You're awesome. Be good. and I'll see you soon.